Hey guys, Paulie from Complete Personal Trainer Podcast, Meldrum Performance Coaching, and other things. So today's episode is going to be more of a business orientated tip, but can also be applied to training and stuff like that. It is, what are your minimums? So this concept basically came to me. It's inspired from sports science concept of maximal recoverable volume, minimal effective dose, maintenance volume, etc., which has all been popularized by Michael Zutell and Renaissance periodization as a way of tracking our volume landmarks. What I've taken from this is that yes, training can be very individualized based on a number of different factors. Everyone has different volume requirements, etc. For business success, everyone else has minimums and maximums as well. So this is where a lot of the time, if a concept works really well in one area, we can extrapolate that and use the same concepts in the same area. So one of the concepts I teach my students is, what are your daily minimums? What is the minimum that you need to do to keep your business where it's at? What's its maintenance volume? What's its optimal volume of actual work that you can do? So the maintenance volume in a training context is how much training you need to do to stay exactly the same, which in a lot of cases is very, very little. It's not that much that you need to do to maintain what you've worked really hard to achieve. So if you're working in business, maintenance volume, it can actually be very, very little as your personal trainer. It's just showing up, doing your sessions, and that's kind of it. That's all you really need to do to maintain it. Now, the problem is you train at maintenance for too long, your gains start to disappear. If you work your business at maintenance too long, your business starts to disappear because you're doing the bare minimum to maintain your clients. We always want to be striving to do a little bit more. So I think the minimum effective volume, or your business minimums, is a really cool concept to kind of lay down and actually identify what you need to do day by day, week by week, month by month, to have your business constantly moving forward. What are the minimums that you need to do? So, for example, a minimum we're going to include it straight away is doing your training sessions. I think at a minimum, you should have properly designed and individualized training programs for your clients. If they're getting really good training programs from you, they're getting good training sessions and good results, your business is going to grow due to referrals, due to clients getting might want to do more sessions because they're enjoying the experience so much, etc. Your minimum is that posting on social media. I can probably post on never post on social media, which it's something I theoretically could do. I can not post on social media and still grow my business because of the way that I operate. For most people, if you're particularly online only, you need to post on social media quite often. Like, what's the minimum amount of content that you need to put out a week to see a growth in your business? If you're doing marketing, what's the minimum spend that you can do to grow your business? And this really plays into an interesting, it's not really a paradox, but issue of sustainability versus speed. So a lot of trainers, when we talk about minimums, if you identify, say, your minimum spend per week on advertising on Facebook ads is $50 to $100 a week, and that's going to bring you in maybe 3 to 10 leads. Let's just give it really easy numbers to do math. So 5 to 10 leads for $100. So you're looking at $10 to $20 a lead. You're going to convert 2 to 5 of those leads into paying clients for your gym and facility. That is a really good rate of client growth if you have worked out what your minimum attrition will be. So for most trainers in a semi-private environment, you want your attrition to be below 90%. You want to have 90% retention rate. You want to have a really high rate of retention for your clients, because if you're bringing on anywhere between 2 and 5 people per week, so growing at like a minimum dose, you're going to have a really good business in a year. It kind of comes back to, we all underestimate what we can do in a day, overestimate what we can do in a day, a week, a month. We underestimate what we can do in a year, what we can do in 5 years. We need to kind of remember that this business slog is not a short-term race. And that's one of the mistakes that we made in the past when running a gym. We were bringing in 50 members a month, which is a really fast rate of progress, but it can lead to a really fast drop-off in clients and a higher attrition rate due to a lower quality service for the people who are coming in, due to the sheer numbers of people that you're trying to work with. So we were growing our business at 12 to 20 new people signing up a week at one point, which in theory sounds like an absolutely fantastic idea. But if you don't have the systems, the staff, and the competencies all over the business to deal with that, with the minimum of fuss, the minimum of missing opportunities in the onboarding process and making sure every client has their unique contact points and feels comfortable, you are going to have an incredibly high attrition rate and also quite a low conversion ratio. So looking at your minimums in terms of what you're comfortable with having is a really valuable strategy to help your business grow. Once you've got that, you can work out, cool, my revenue is going to grow $50, $100, $200 a week. That's kind of like the minimum that I'll accept. And when you've really identified those standards for you, if you know you've done that minimum in a week and it's Tuesday, you know that you had a really good week. If you haven't done it by Thursday, you know you might need to hustle a little bit more. But what it does, it really keeps you on track. When running a PT business and any business, there's so many different things that you could be chasing after. You got to maintain a presence on TikTok. You've got to have an email newsletter every single day. You've got to get on YouTube. You've got to have a podcast. You've got to do this. You've got to do that. You need to kind of really get rid of that noise. Really figure out what the hell you want to do, what you need to be doing, and what those minimums are. And if you hit those minimums, your business is going to grow each and every week incrementally. And something that grows every single week quite consistently is always going to outperform in the long run. Something that grows and goes up and down like Bitcoin, up and down, up and down, up and down. We always want to have consistency in business. It's the exact same thing in training. If we show up to the gym every week and we do, we get progressively a little bit better every week. We don't have to set huge PBs every week, but each week we either improve our technical execution, we improve our weight on the bar, even if it's a small fraction, or we increase our volume a small fraction, and we keep going like that. Over a period of time, we become incredibly athletic, incredibly strong, and have a really good physique. So same principle needs to apply to business. So what I implore you to do from this episode is to look at what are the kind of minimum rates of growth that you want your business to be. What are the minimum things that you need to do to ensure that your clients have a really good experience, and then knock them off each and every week. If you do that, you can then be assured that you're spending your time on the right stuff for your business rather than worrying about all the extraneous crap that you could be doing. You hit that stuff, your business grows, and you'll be able to then identify as well if the things you picked for your minimums are important to do. Because so many people pick the wrong stuff to focus on each and every day. Having a Facebook Live every single day within your group may not be the best thing for your business if you're not concentrated on getting people in and making sure people have a good experience when they're there at the gym. So guys, identify your minimums. If you need any help, hit me up, social media, email, website, whatever it is. I'm here to help trainers as best I can. Thanks so much for listening. Speak to you next week.